Today I am reviewing the new Netflix series Tidying Up with Marie Kondo. Tidying Up with Marie Kondo is a new Netflix series. It was released on January 1st and all 8 episodes of the first season are up. I have watched all 8 episodes. For those of you who don't know Marie Kondo is a tidying expert. The first book I read was The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. I've also read her second book, Spark Joy, and I have used these 2 books to tidy up my own little world. So I was very interested to see the show. The way each episode works is you're introduced to a family and you see how they're living in their space now and what they kind of want and expect from tidying up. And then Marie Kondo comes in and she helps them to tidy up their world. What I like about this show is it's more realistic than some of the other shows that you'll see about tidying up, because it does leave you with the feeling that you could do this on your own. It's not like somebody comes in and it's all taken care of in one weekend. That is not how this happens. And Marie Kondo does not do the tidying for them. She coaches them on how to do it. It does not happen overnight. It doesn't happen in a weekend. It depends on the family and how much they have to do. But it generally takes 3 to 8 weeks, and they do tick the days off for you. What you don't get doesn't have all the drama of, say, hoarders or clean sweep. The thing that's different about Marie Kondo than most other people is a lot of people are asking you to get rid of things and figure out what you can get rid of. She twists that and looks at it differently and says, what do I want to keep? What do I want to keep? Let's let the rest fall away. And I decide what I want to keep based on what sparks joy. And if it doesn't spark joy for you, you let it go. And before letting it go, you thank it. A lot of Americans have a big problem with this concept, like they can't get into that. It helped me a lot, because a lot of times you're holding on to something because you paid a lot of money for it, somebody gave it to you, and you feel like you have to hold on to it. There can be emotions tied up with it like that. And if you thank it and recognize what it did for you and what purpose it served, it is easier to let it go. So for example, say there's an expensive piece of clothing that I have never worn and am never going to wear, but feel guilty about letting it go. What I would do is say, thank you for teaching me not to buy anything online that I cannot return, no matter how great a deal it seems to be. Thank you for doing that. I won't do that again. So it can be really helpful, but she does them in a specific order. She does clothing first, then books, then paper, then what she calls kimono or miscellaneous, and you sort of take that on one at a time, and then sentimental items. At first it can be scary to let go of things, but then you start to feel the joy of letting go. There is a joy, and there's a joy to having more space and to having things be more organized, because she does have specific methods of organization as well, which are really nice. One of the real pleasures of this show is when you read the books, it almost seems like Marie Kondo herself is just perfect, but she's not going for perfection, and she really does approach things with no judgment. She does not ever tell somebody they should keep something or let it go. She only asks them questions, and it's about them and what they want to keep and what they want to let go. And I will tell you that some of the people at the end, when they're showing their space and they're very happy with it, to my eye it looks cluttered. I think that's too much, but it isn't too much for them. What I think and what I would want to live with, or what Marie Kondo thinks and what she would want to live with, are irrelevant. And she really approaches people with just no judgment. It is fascinating to see, and it's really enlightening to see. I do recommend this show. I like it a lot. Again, it's not going to be a lot of the drama of some of the other shows, but if you are interested in tidying your own life and seeing how it can really practically be done, I think it's a great show. If you have read the book, I do think watching it is perfect. And really seeing Marie Kondo and her quirky self and her non-judgmental self helped me a lot. If you haven't read the book but have an interest in tidying, I think the show will be good for you. I do think you still need to read the book, although that might be my own bias, because I have read the book. It's like somebody who watches the movie but they've read the book and they're like, well, it didn't really get into everything. I kind of feel the same way watching the show, but it might actually be enough. Well, that's it. That is my review on Tidying Up with Marie Kondo. I'm curious to know what you think. Have you read the book? Have you tried the method? Have you seen the show? What do you think? Let me know about it. And while you're here, please subscribe. I would love to see you again. Until next time.